Okay, let's get it. Mighty Nein, episode 2, season 1. Who will you be? I got a little clip of me watching it the other night. You got to check out this clip. I know, I'm realizing now that there is no audio on that clip, but as you can see my face, I was very excited to see Ford actually animated. Man, it feels so good. So good. Years later, to see Ford animated. I cannot lie. Anyways, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tapping in this frequency. I don't know what was happening there. I think my programming was shutting down, but I feel like someone out there is going to really think that's really what's happening. But yeah, today has been a ton, but we're going to get into these because at the time of recording this, they are about to go live for campaign 4. I'm pretty sure today's Thursday, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's get into it. Who will you be? Season 1, episode 2. Let's hop in. First of all, I love how they depicted Vandrin. I love what Vandrin said to Ford in the beginning. I think I'm trying to go off of memory so I don't have to be clicking through the images too much or play it back to get the exact quote. But the thing that he said to Ford was like, you're always right. You know, if you feel like you can't step up to the plate and that you can't be, you're getting in your own way. Like you are your own worst enemy. And I like how Ford's whole journey anyways is this idea of like masculinity or like redefining it or at least stepping into it. Listen, it's just a form of masculinity that he is, some of the lesson is here, but just him becoming who he is, you know. And this moment with Ford and Sabian was crazy. Just to see this stuff, like the backstory animated, is just, man, it's good. You guys know I am here for this right here. I'm here for this. I love this right here. And we're going to talk about future parts in a second, but I want to go scene by scene so I don't go too fast. But just the way they did the pacing too. The pacing feels so good still. By episode 3, it still feels good. I'm going to record my review of episode 3 also today, but the pacing feels so good. Like, I cannot lie, man. The soundtrack, everything, it's flowing really well together, at least for me. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, the moment where he's like about to tell, you know, he's stumbling up, you know, to the deck. I don't know if this is the right ship terminology, but he's stumbling up to the deck and he's like, Vandrin. And then he doesn't whisper it. What the fuck am I talking about? He doesn't whisper. He goes, he tries to get it out. I think he does. Does he say Vandrin? I can't remember. I'm trying to go off of memory and yeah. But he goes, and then he just yells, you know, abandoned. Boom. And it explodes. It's so good. It's so good. And Sabian is a fucker, man. This shit is just so crazy. And also like how Vandrin knew. It's also too, I don't remember if it was like that in the campaign, but Vandrin was connected to Uk'otoa. I did not remember that because that's essentially what the whole Vandrin, you know, putting the sword up and be like, oh, he's found me. I was like, yo. And then like, it's kind of cool how it plays into Vandrin basically saying, taking Ford under his wing and being like, you know, you have the makings of a great leader. And then Uk'otoa binds himself to Ford. That's very interesting because it seems more like by force. I don't know if, like how they animated it. There wasn't a scene that shown it, but it was almost like Ford's will to not give up here and saying, you know, even though he ate a knife to the chest, he said, you know, his will to still stand up. It's like Uk'otoa seen that growth in him or that potential. So it immediately like cling to him, this entire entity, but it's insane. And I feel like this whole beginning to the episode was done very, very well. It was sick. And then this scene right here where I paused it is the details of like Uk'otoa being in the water was just insane too. Just this massive Leviathan. But also I'm assuming that Sabian was a follower of Uk'otoa, or essentially, I don't know. There were books also released about Ford's backstory, right? I never ended up getting those, but you guys can let me know down below. Either way, anyways, Really loved this. It was just really good. And then this was just like their, you know, what was the video? I think it was Your Turn to Roll, right? This felt like Your Turn to Roll kind of come into life, because this whole scene, it felt like now it's officially animated, but it's this whole, it really plays on the backstory of like the shipwreck, all that. I love it. And I was like, oh man, this is like Your Turn to Roll coming to life, like for real though. Now we're in the eye of the entire series. Like we're really here. It's not just a music video, but you know, and then him putting on Vandrin's, what are they called? You know, forearm guards or whatever they're called. I mean, I think there's a more official name, but I can't think of it right now. It was just another sick scene for me. The sword pulsing and everything, and like Ford not noticing this fucking sword pulsing on his back here and there. Yeah, see, like that shit sent out a shockwave. How the fuck did he not feel that? Now, I've seen some of you comment down below that it wasn't much later in the campaign where Beauregard met Dyron, but okay, that, you know, that tracks. I don't remember the campaign that much because it was years ago now for me, so I really don't. But it's cool. Again, the pacing. I just love that we're meeting like Dyron right off the bat. Like she's like, I think they're doing this so well, and yeah, I don't know. I just like Travis and Sam are like the head creative directors or writers on this, but you know, they have a team of writers, right, helping shorten it up. I don't know how they're doing it. Is just it's pretty good. I love it, man. And the emotional hits are definitely there, because I can someone I could use for an example of this is my girlfriend. She's watching this, and then when the emotional beats come, like, you know, a couple little moments with Na or, you know, Molly Muck, she's actually feeling it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, because the way they're lining it up, and just it's working for someone that doesn't even know any of these characters. So that's like a good basis, you know, like a good flat line. Because you know me, I'm gonna be in here like feeling this all day long, but that's also because I've grown with the characters. She hasn't, so she's a good, like, you know, test subject. Solid moment with the Ruby of the Sea. Seeing the Ruby of the Sea for the first time animated, pretty cool. Again, I like these scenes right here. I had to wait for the ads, but you know, the moments with Jester and her mom, and he's seeing a little bit of the Traveler, and funny, you know, Jester putting the little pink lovely toy on top of, like, I don't remember what she put it on top of, but it's cool to see them interact in animation, which is a very cool moment that comes up in episode 3 with Jester and Ford that I can't wait to talk about in the next episode. But I like this little moment between Caleb and Not, you know, and just like how I just like seeing the relationship grow. Now, it's really one of the coolest things about seeing campaign 2 animated is that we're really seeing behind the scenes. I think that's one of the biggest things, is like we're seeing what Essek was doing in the kingdom, but also it's like the events are sped up a little bit, or you know, right? So it's cool to see Essek being a war criminal very quickly. No, but then the little backstory or the background between Essek and his mom was really sad. These are pretty intense scenes. They're just, it's so good. It's so good. And then the mention of Dunamancy right off the bat, man. We're getting into it, and this is cool. This is very cool. This moment right here with Ford, probably one of my most favorite moments, man. And I think does it happen before the ad? I'm not sure. I think it does. Yeah. Oh man, I think I can play this one because I'm not going to get copyrighted by Amazon. Let's see real quick. Let's play this. Actually, I'm terrified of getting copyrighted. I don't know, but I'm kidding. Just better safe than sorry, since it's a review, not to play a short clip and then that clip gets fucking the entire video claimed. But boom, this moment right here where he's let me pass and it's boom. Oh, I love that moment so fucking well. It's done so well in the series. I fucking love it. Actually, I gotta make sure I be a little bit more quiet, but you know, I love that moment, dude. It's sick. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. Travis killing it in voice acting, like showing that Ukatoa influence. I gotta love it. And he's like subconsciously doing this. He doesn't even know that he just charmed them. And I like how they're displaying how his magic is kind of just like, it's just, you know, happening pretty much. Want a break from the ads? All right, I think I can do the rest off of memory. I really like the moment with Caleb and Not in the where Not comes back, and Caleb's like, "Yo, where did you get all this from?" And then it like builds on the whole like, steal less. Their relationship grows, blah blah blah. But Caleb also does some sick magic with the the does he do it with the horse manure in this part? Yeah, he does. And then like blows a whirlwind in the I love how the implication that components are very important for like a wizard's magic. I don't know. I'm just enjoying it so much. I also like they let all the horses go. Beauregard happens to be there. I like how they're connecting it where they're really all in close proximity to each other, like how it's working, because that really steps up in the next episode where they're at the carnival. That is sick, but we're going to talk about that in that episode. Again, there's clips you've probably seen of like Jester running through the city because she pranked the one guy, which I really liked. I forgot his name. It's not coming to mind right now, but that whole sequence is really funny too. Like Ford watching, the kid get beat, and then he's seeing himself in the kid. So I thought he was going to step up right there. I really thought he did, but I think he was maybe just paralyzed, but it was cool when the guys walked past him that was it the mask of many faces just automatically like went off. Like he just has no control of his abilities right now. Then he walks past the glass and he's like a different face and everything. That was a cool moment. All of it, everything forward. I'm going to cheerlead. You already know. So it was really, really cool. Then when he runs into Jester and everything, when she's running, and it was cool how he was watching the whole speech from the guy. And then, Jester and the Traveler getting up to some nefarious things and painting that political figure or whatever that goes to see her mother just in the worst positions ever. He was no propaganda. But then, Jester running in the forward. That was cool when they like ran together and like he's just accidentally letting out eldritch blasts. That was funny. Really, really enjoying this. I mean, I like 2 episodes down, they're still hitting, man. Hopefully these aren't the ones roping you in and then it just flops after. I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. The Mighty Nein is such a solid story. And again, just like my lab rat of a girlfriend, I'm just joking. Love her to death. But she connects with, she said, yeah, I'm connecting with the characters way more than Vox Machina. And that could be due to 2 reasons. I still will stand by this. Mighty Nein felt more rooted, felt like their trauma and everything was more rooted, even though it was a fantasy world. And again, but I'm talking from not really, just from the general vibe I get from Vox Machina. It's like they're heroes, and like Mighty Nein just starts off and they feel like, most of them feel like legit criminals and just like darker, grittier world. It's the tone of Mighty Nein even started off pretty dark, but anyways, or like the animation started off dark, but where are we at? I suppose you could say that too about the carnival getting crashed. That's pretty dark too. Everything, oh man, but we're gonna get into that in the next one. But yeah, so I enjoyed this episode. I like that, how Ford realized like when he met, like when Jester was taking him through her house and everything, and they initially get to her bedroom and everything, and he's like, oh, did you paint these, and blah blah blah, their relationship growing, and even how he switched accents where she really sees him as a captain. Like that's what's really sweet about their relationship, and seeing it in animation, how it builds is like you can kind of see that she's a little bit, like, I don't know if like they're depicting it as Jester knows right now, but it's almost like you can see that she knows that he's like, the accent thing. I don't know if anyone's watching for like spoilers, so I don't want to say anything too crazy, but you know what I'm saying. So what I like is that she sees the higher, almost like the higher version of himself, or what he can be, or in her eyes, he's a captain. It's like, I don't know, it was like a sweet moment. And, it, even her mother coming in and saying like, you got to go because the political figure, insert his name here, started messing with, I think the Minotaur's name was Blued, but I can't remember. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I may be wrong. And anyways, you already know who I'm talking about, the Minotaur, or I'm probably wrong on what he is too. Look, it's okay. So you guys know what I'm saying. So I like that moment with the Ruby of the Sea and Ford, and just like this, like, you know, putting trust into him, and then like him even like just putting on that accent, like, and just trying to step into, he's trying to figure out who he is. He is like mimicking a man right now, but it's also helping him on the path to truly step into masculinity for him and what he defines it, because he stepped up to the plate. Like he knew he had to get her to where she was going, and my man could have cowered. He could have been a coward. He could have backed out, but he didn't. So I just like how the story's building up. See Sabian try to come and try him right now, though. It's so funny because it's like literally after the right after the shipwreck, it's like Ford is a beast because of the whole pact. And I'm pretty sure if Sabian popped up now, he's getting a cutlass to the, I don't know, I was trying to make some corny joke. It doesn't matter. And then to wrap it up, the Volstrucker tracking bow, crazy. Just that was crazy because Dyron was like, you know, they're not ones to give up. Then, you know, Ford having the Ukatoa dreams, and yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for this episode. But really solid, really good. I think for the next ones, I'm actually going to write down key moments that I want to talk about, but I had to talk about these anyways and just get them out to just share my excitement. So you guys let me know down below what you like, don't like. I don't know. Just feel free to share. There's nothing that I can really say I don't like right now. It all feels pretty solid, but yeah. So let me know what you think. Much love and Moonlight. I'm out of here. Peace.